That's exactly what happened when he posted this. What another white guy talking about culture? Who gives a bro? Culture's culture.
I saw people being like, these fake podcasters thinking they're comedians. It's like, bro, Andrew Schulz sold out Madison Square Garden. You are fucking an idiot.
Just Kendrick. I would make love to him. There's nothing he can do about it.
Welcome to the Real Oshow. I'm Zachary. Joining me as always is my partner in crime, my brother Joshua.
And today we're talking Kendrick Lamar Stadium Tour and his beef with Andrew Schulz.
They paper getters, they want money more than they want fame shit. I swear we go so hard, we on A-list. I see my niggas prevailing. We going hard for the hand. We gonna stack till we jaded.
This is a great interview. They doing their thing.
Kendrick Lamar and SZA announced their 19-city stop stadium tour starting in April, obviously coming off the back of the Super Bowl. Joshua, what the fuck? I told you SZA switched sides, and now she really switched sides.
Yeah, I'm not going to lie to you. I think that SZA actually switched sides on Drake, and I'm not sure where this came from because you would think that from past music, all we know is like the music relationships, but it seemed like SZA was closer to Drake than Kendrick before all this, which makes me think, did Drake and her have a falling out? Did they date? Did they do something? That's what that made me think. Like, is this like Get Back?
They definitely
Drake?
dated. If you watch the what's the song with Sexy Red? Like, put that ass over, let that coochie breathe. What's that song?
Yeah.
Whatever. Fuck it. Whatever that song is. If you actually watch the music video, the way
Rich Baby Daddy is the song.
Baby Daddy, the way SZA talked to Drake when the pregnancy was happening, she's like, why the fuck are you videoing? Because Drake's like, I'm capturing the moment. And the way she talked to him, you could tell they've had sex and dated before.
Oh,
you could just
100%.
like, that was like, motherfucker, are you serious right now? That was like a different type of level.
Yeah.
Because obviously when you have sex with somebody, I always call it the point of no return. Like, you're forever, like, can't be friends. Like, there's an extra layer to the relationship. And there's definitely something there, falling out, get back. And also, SZA, this is kind of like a perfect moment for her to like get more out there. And I will say it, like, I don't think I could ever like be a hater towards SZA because I actually think she's probably the best female artist, literally outside of like Nicki Minaj. I think she's the best
Are you
female
talking about like rap, R&B?
artist, just music.
Because
Music.
I would disagree. Completely disagree. There's
Music.
so many other bigger artists than SZA and artistry.
But her style.
No, she's great.
Prefer like
great.
selfishly, I think is the favorite. Like, as far as like rap, R&B, like that world, she's the best.
But like for sure, rap and R&B, I would completely agree. And that's what I was gonna say to you. When it comes to rap and R&B and that kind of music, I can agree. Like, I understand why SZA is with Kendrick for the stadium tour. It makes sense. Like, Drake's not bringing her on tour. Maybe he did. I don't know. But to have the opportunity, you 100% take it. Now, with that being said, SZA isn't a top 10 women artist. Like, let's be honest. Like, if you put it down, like, Taylor Swift, way fucking bigger. Sabrina Carpenter right now, way fucking bigger. Even like Tate McRae, some of these other big artists. I forget the other. She just went up for. She's nominated for like 5 fucking Grammys. We never heard of her name. Something Chaplin or whatever. Whatever. There's a ton of fucking huge women artists that are more in the pop, more in that singing range. SZA's in her own lane with that.
And I do want to say, SZA went on tour with Drake in 2017 on his Boy Meets tour. Boy Meets World Tour, excuse me, in 2017. So very, very early in her career. They did go on tour together.
Yeah, I mean, so there you go, right? I mean, Drake took all of them on tour. There's who's actually touring right now that Drake didn't have already on tour? Because you can tell, like, a lot of these artists can't do tours. I mean, even Rod Wave is moving some of his tour dates. Like, I was supposed to go to Rod December 3rd, and he moved it to fucking February whatever for who knows what reason. And we were talking about it. It's most likely sales.
Can't sell tickets.
And don't get me wrong, I thought it was a weird time because it was a Tuesday. Like, who has a concert on a fucking Tuesday? Like Rod Wave. Why are you doing a concert on a Tuesday? Now he moved it to it's President's Weekend on a Sunday. Okay. Probably a lot easier to sell a ticket than on a Tuesday.
When's President's Weekend?
It's like February 12th or some shit. Something like that.
I mean, I've been seeing the tours for Rod. They look fucking
No, they
cool.
look huge. They look
good.
great. And listen, I've been to Rod twice. He sells out fucking stadiums. But when you sell it on a Tuesday, there might not be that draw.
And then I also want to add, while we're talking about the Kendrick tour, obviously if you're on social media at all in that world, you've been seeing a lot of pushback about the ticket prices. So
Oh,
he
yeah.
claims to, obviously be, for the people, by the people, all that. Yet he has higher ticket prices than Drake and Taylor Swift.
Listen,
And he's not that, and Kendrick Lamar is not that fucking big. Like if you look at, I know we're going to get into the Spotify Wrapped and Apple Music 2024. Obviously Drake was number one, of course. Kendrick Lamar was 5.
Yeah.
He was 5. After the biggest beef and the biggest moment of his career, he was 5.
all I know is, and I want to get to your point because I completely agree with you, all these people that talk big game for Kendrick Lamar, when the Spotify Wraps came out, no one posted it. You know why?
Oh, yeah.
Because Drake was ahead of Kendrick Lamar on their Spotify Wrap. So I just want to say that.
Or Drake was like 2 or 3.
Exactly.
Yeah, it was very close.
But back to the ticket prices. Now, when we say high ticket prices, Kendrick Lamar's, like when you go to the website straight up on like the day, if you got like early access or whatever, it would be more expensive than a Drake or Taylor Swift ticket. Now, with that being said, Taylor Swift's resale, there's nothing like it. Nothing like it. But for the fact that Kendrick Lamar thinks that he's bigger than fucking Taylor Swift and Drake, when in no category are you even close. In no category are you close. That is blasphemy. Because I would never pay $300. It was $150 to $300 for a nosebleed to see Kendrick Lamar and SZA. Not a fucking chance. Not a chance. I know people that paid $300 for floor seats on Taylor Swift that they could have resold for $12,000, but they didn't. They just kept them, that's also blasphemy.
I mean, that's just ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
That's ridiculous.
But
no one's that cool to see in person.
But that's
0 people.
I'm sorry though. You could convince me Taylor Swift.
No,
You could convince me Taylor Swift.
No.
Now, am I going to do it? No. But you could tell me that there's not some rich little white girl whose mom and dad are like, I'll get you that ticket.
Yeah, nice. You could pay $300, resell it for $12,000 instead of watching her fucking lip sing the songs on stage.
100%. But Taylor performs.
She got exposed on Twitter.
They all listen. Taylor is not going to get exposed. No one's going to be like, oh, Taylor was
She
fake.
fucking will kill people.
Listen, no, it's not even that, dude. Go to a fucking rap concert. These motherfuckers just sit there with the song playing behind them.
But they're not getting resale for $12,000.
Taylor Swift performs for 4 hours. If some of her fucking lyrics play over, who gives a fuck? She's actually performing. She's got dance
She's not
routines
for 4 hours.
Bro, her tour is like 3.5 hours.
No way.
Yes, Zachary.
No way.
Yes, it is. She performs every fucking like song she's ever made. Zachary,
No
bro,
way.
I love when Zachary talks about shit. He has no idea what the fuck he's talking
way.
about. I hope some Swifties come in here and just eat you alive,
Yeah,
dude.
good.
And
Send them my way.
And listen, I don't have Taylor Swift on my Spotify Wrapped. I posted mine, so
Yeah.
I can show that. But I can recognize game, and she's
got game.
She is the game.
But
She
no
is
way
the
she's
game.
performing for 3 hours.
Dude,
0%.
3.5 hours, Zachary. She has a whole movie about it, and they had to clip the movie short, and they couldn't show everything because her concert's so long. I'm not even, dude.
I'll have to do my research.
you
I
gotta
don't
do
believe
some
in it.
research.
I don't believe in
Is
it.
this-
No fucking way.
But-
No fucking
So that's
way.
my point is Taylor Swift's doing a 3.5 hour show. Kendrick's going to give you 10 songs, and he's charging you $300 for a nosebleed. That's blasphemy.
Talk
That's
about
blasphemy.
Talk about or do you want to get into the Spotify
No, I
Drake rap?
I we can get into that. But I do want to touch on because I think
Okay.
I think it's really funny. You know, Kendrick and Drake have obviously been in a big beef, but Kendrick Lamar kind of threw shots at comedian Andrew Schulz. And Andrew Schulz, if you know anything about Andrew Schulz, he will rip you apart. If he gets a chance, if he knows a thing about you, he's gonna rip you apart. And I'll play a part of the clip. I'll play like 30 seconds of the clip. But oh my God.
I do want to say before you play the video, I'm actually, and we get it a lot. Obviously, being 2 white guys that talk about culture, I'm done with the part of social media that's like, hey, you're white, you can't talk about culture. Like, culture is anything people fucking want to talk about.
Yeah.
Like, white people like rap music. White people like sports. We're going to fucking talk about it. Like, it's so annoying to me because, and obviously you're going to see the video and hear the video. That's exactly what happened when he posted this. What another white guy talking about culture?
No.
Who gives a fuck, bro?
I saw-
Culture's culture.
I saw people being like, these fake podcasters thinking they're comedians. It's like, bro, Andrew Schulz sold out Madison Square Garden. You are fucking an idiot,
Bro,
dude.
I literally was just talking to somebody the other day. Sorry, we're really delaying this video. We're building up the hype here. I was talking to somebody the other day. People who comment on social media, like don't make content or don't post. People who just comment on social media, I think live the most interesting lives possible to just be a professional fucking hater.
It's respect, but it is respect. But before we delay it any longer, the Andrew Schulz clip.
First of all, Kendrick's people and the gang affiliate, everybody, his security, they will kill me. They will destroy me. They'll find me in the street. They'll fucking cut me up. They'll shoot me. They'll do whatever. I'm not a tough guy. Y'all do. But just Kendrick, I would make love to him. And there's nothing he can do about it. Just Kendrick Lamar, I would make love to him. And the only thing that he could do is decide if it's consensual or not. That's the only thing he could do. If it's me and Kendrick, this is about physics. It's about physics. I don't even know if I'll get hard.
Andrew didn't say anything that was false. He didn't say anything that was false. It was actually so fucking funny because like that's what happens when a real comedian just like he could have like been like super cryptic. He was like, no. If it was just you and me in a room, like I could make you my bitch. And that he's not wrong.
Obviously, if you're part of society, short people tend to be a little bit more angry, a little bit more stuck up, a little bit more insecure. Kendrick Lamar is like being like, I'm going to be that guy. Like he's the meme of the 5'3" dude who gets picked on his whole life and then is like, I'm going to be the big fucking tough guy. Like, bro, how you big stepping with size 7 men's on? You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, go sit in the fucking small kids roller coaster line. Like, bro, like, no one don't be a fucking tough guy.
Yeah.
That's what I talk about all the time. Like, bro, all these people want to play tough, but yet they got 10 guys behind them that actually are going to do the thing. Like, if you want to talk fucking tough, be like, bro, meet here.
Yeah, no,
meet here one-on-one. Like, that's talking fucking tough.
That's the thing. Like, okay, listen, I don't think any rappers should be talking tough because they're all 5'5".
Literally.
So that's my thing. And it's like, I don't even like to hate on Kendrick. I feel like a lot of this podcast has been hating on Kendrick. I don't hate Kendrick at all. And I would go see a Kendrick show. I wouldn't pay $300 for a nosebleed, I'll tell you that.
I would not see a Kendrick show.
No, I think he would. Listen, I'm not taking away from Kendrick because I think he, as a whole, is a good artist. But I think some of the shit that's going on right now is like, he has some real dick riders on his team. And again, people might say that about us, about Drake. They're like, oh, you're a Drake dick rider. But in reality, it's like when you're on the winning team, people hate. When you're the Kansas City Chiefs, everyone hate you. So it's like I can understand why people don't like Drake.
Listen,
I get it.
You could call me a dick rider all you want. My favorite artist is number one in every single fucking category. Kendrick Lamar, who's people's favorite fucking artist. I'll say it again. Hold on. I'll say it again. In the biggest moment of his life, the biggest year of his career, he came in at number 5 in the yearly streaming.
Eminem outstreamed him. Eminem, who hasn't even fucking done like Eminem did drop a great album this year. I don't want to take it again. Don't take it.
No,
away
it was
from
actually
Em.
respectable.
It was a great album, but Eminem, who is fucking 45 years old, outstreamed prime Kendrick Lamar, and everyone will sit here and be like Kendrick Lamar is the greatest ever. It's like, bro, Eminem, who is off drugs, like he's already done a full life cycle. Like Emma's on a full life cycle, and he's still selling out more than you.
I said it at work today, and I'll say it again. Behind closed doors, there's a lot of 6 God worshiping.
100%. Hey,
and that's for all Kendrick fans that make it this far, or we clip this piece up. Behind closed doors, there's a lot of 6 God worshiping. All right? So you can talk all that shit on Twitter, play a little Twitter fingers back and forth. Drake's a pedophile. Yet he came in probably higher or just behind your boy.
Oh, I'm coming at all my Kendrick fans because I DM'd a ton of Kendrick people and was like, hey, why didn't you post your Spotify rap this year? Just curious why, because it shows. All these motherfuckers are listening to Drake. They're all a bunch of 6 God worshiping. A ton of it. At least me, I'm upfront about it. Drake's been my number 1 artist for 4 or 5 years in a row.
He's been number 2 for me for 4 or 5 years in a row.
Again,
behind Rod Wave.
If he's a top 5, if you have a top 5 artist, that's real. Like Kendrick has never sniffed my top 5 in anything.
I don't know if I need to deep dive my Kendrick Lamar shit. I don't know. Like the only time I've listened to him was when he dropped GNX.
Well, I know what the haters will say though. Everyone's gonna come at us. They're gonna be like, Drake ain't even the highest streamer in his own city though. Like the number 1 male artist on Spotify though, The Weeknd.
Yeah, but The Weeknd goes across borders though. His music is just it can play in a little bit more elements than Drake. I've always said that.
The Weeknd's playing for the radio. If you notice, the last 2 albums he posted don't got swear words in it.
Yeah,
he went from his early albums where he was talking about robbing people taking their Jordans, selling it for cocaine for him and his mom.
I mean,
so
listen,
he went from that to all the way to making a no
offense. I think The Weeknd is incredible, but his stuff gets played in spots where boys got a little bit more pride. So he's getting a little bit more plays than Drake, I would say, across the board. Also,
maybe
radio, whatever it is, but solid point. And I mean, if you want to play that point, Kendrick Lamar is the third highest streamed artist in LA, by the way, behind Drake, Tyler the Creator, then Kendrick Lamar.
Well, I don't think we can claim Drake for California, can we?
For LA.
LA, you could Drake for LA though? No.
Drake is the most highest streamed artist.
I'm talking about people that live in the city. Like when I said Drake City, I'm talking about The Weeknd and Drake both live in the 6. Like Tyler the Creator might live in California. Eminem don't live in California. It's like Lamar probably is 2 in his city, like in his city, like living in his city. I'm talking about people that live there, not like the most streams from that city.
It doesn't matter. I don't think it matters.
I'm
Who
just
cares
saying.
where people fucking live? That's where he's from.
I'm just saying when I was making the reference to the Drake and The Weeknd, I was talking about the demographic of where they live, not the highest streams in the city. But nonetheless, I'm still happy with it.
Listen, Joshua didn't want to talk about this topic before the podcast, but since we're live and rolling, I'm just going to throw it on him, and we're going to force him to talk about it. Roddy Ricch. All right. I don't know how you felt about his previous projects. I know you were a fan of Feed the Streets too. Please excuse me for being antisocial. He has a new project coming out, supposed to be at some point. It was supposed to drop like last week, today, whatever it is. Navy is the project. Joshua, I feel like for social media in general, and I've been a Roddy Ricch fan. I literally have him tattooed on my arm, at least his symbol and his chain. I've actually decently liked his previous projects, Feed the Streets 3, Live Life Fast, where people hated. But I have a growing feeling in me, Joshua, that this project is make or break for Roddy Ricch's career. Would you agree or disagree?
I do agree. I think that as I go on, I think Roddy Ricch might be the best comparison to like a Big Sean. Came out the fucking game swinging and then just nothing for years and years and years. And not to say, because Big Sean dropped a great project this year. It was a top 5 album on my Spotify Wrapped this year, so I enjoyed it. But just Roddy Ricch has been nothing but like, it just doesn't. It's not the same. It's not the Feed the Streets. Please excuse me for being antisocial. Like there was pain in that shit. It was everything.
Listen,
to me, Roddy's too big for his own head now. I think it might be that he's just too big. I think
the money got to his head.
He's got too many people around him that don't want to check him.
Maybe.
He doesn't. No one wants to check Roddy Ricch. And I'll be honest with you. The thing that I want to talk about with Roddy Ricch, because I thought this was funny. There's a big viral video going on right now about Roddy Ricch because some dude found his Grammy in a storage unit in L.A. And then Roddy tried to basically extort this dude to be like, that's mine. And the guy was like, no, I bought the fucking unit. Like, it's actually mine. And it's like all this whole back and forth. I just think it's funny. Like, Roddy don't even got his shit in order where he's got his Grammys out and about. Dog.
Obviously, I mean, that's why I hate to say he's fallen off, because if you actually listen to his last projects, Live Life Fast, Feed the Streets 3, top to bottom, it's not like the greatest project ever.
But let me ask you
there's
this.
still some fucking hits in it.
Let's do a blind resume, though. If we put that, like, that album had nothing extraordinary to it. Was there a viral moment from it? Like, I don't even know. Like, every good album that drops right now has a viral moment.
Yeah, I
whether
agree.
it's a song, whether it's like this thing that led up to the album, like whatever it is. Roddy, no one even knows Roddy anymore. It's
I
irrelevant.
wouldn't say that.
It's irrelevant. Like no one, and I mean no one that I know. And again, he's a LA rapper. He's a West Coast guy, and we live on the East Coast. No one that I know, and I listen to a lot. I have a lot of friends that love hip hop, listen to hip hop, are in hip hop. They don't give a fuck about Roddy Ricch dropping.
Listen.
No one gives a fuck. He hasn't had a viral moment since
Listen.
That's the last viral moment Roddy Ricch had.
It's hard to count somebody out that on his first studio project, won album of the year, and that, please excuse me for being antisocials, is something you could play in 40 fucking years and be like, this is fucking crazy.
I'm not taking it away from that.
But I know you're not. I know you're not. But what I'm saying, if you can do that once, you can always do it again. And
Maybe.
I will say this about anybody. It's why I was so bullish on Tory Lanez, pre-Meg Thee Stallion shit. was so bullish on Tory Lanez because he has a great fucking personality.
Yes.
And if you don't have a great personality, the music has to do 5 times better.
But you want to know what Tory Lanez has that Roddy Ricch doesn't have? Ambition. I don't think a lot of these rappers, a lot of people, it's not rappers, it's fucking people in general, dog. You get a little bit of money and you're just like okay with it. You're like, I'm good. I'm fucking good. And Roddy Ricch, he's just good.
He just has such a good sound, man. He has such a good sound.
To me, everything is ambition. When you got everything, he got the fucking Grammy. He got all this shit. And now it's like, what's next? He doesn't have that what's next. The reason why his music isn't hitting, he doesn't have the vision, bro. He's not hungry for it. There's no hunger. There's nothing burning inside him. When he made Feed the Streets, please excuse me for being antisocial, bro, he was starving for it. He was starving for that shit. And that's what mattered. You can tell. And you can't, that's what makes Drake so good. Drake's somehow starving still. I don't know why Drake is so hungry, but Drake is starving.
It's deep down in him.
Exactly.
But what I'm saying, I really think this Project Navy is going to be really fucking good. I think it's going to put him back. I don't think it's going to be, please excuse me for being antisocial. I think it'll be really fucking good.
I'm going to call it right now. Navy's going to sell 30,000 first week at most, and we're not going to hear about it ever again. I'm sorry for hating.
That's tough.
I'm sorry for hating. That's not tough. I mean, look at all the LA rappers that I saw selling, other than Kendrick Lamar, were like 20,000, 5,000, 9,000, 12,000. If he sells 30,000, shit, he's top in his city.
I mean, selling 50K these days is like good.
Yeah.
As long as you're not Drake.
Yeah.
I mean, what did Rod Wave sell? Like 130, 140?
Yeah, he sold like 140.
What did Kendrick do? 200?
200. I mean, if you look at Drake For All the Dogs, that sold 400,000 something first week.
Fuck it. We're talking about Drake. I got so much fucking hate from saying Certified Lover Boy will be one of his best projects ever. And guess what? I'm fucking right. Streaming wise, it is one of his most streamed projects currently.
Yeah. It was like,
and I got called a fucking idiot for saying that.
That did like 600,000 first week, but he also rolled it out.
Yes. He also didn't drop music for like 2.5 years.
Yeah. He didn't roll.
Like,
that was
not a single, not a feature, like no music for 2.5 years.
That was like
kind of had the moment.
I'm not gonna lie. When we got Certified Lover Boy, I genuinely thought in my heart, I was like, oh fuck, this might be like the last Drake album. No. But in the moment, I thought that. I swear to God, every time Drake drops, I'm like, because he's already done it a million times. So it's like at some point he might just be like, I'm on to the next thing. And that's where I'm like, every time he drops, I'm like, oh, this might be the last thing. And
bro, this is a great comparison for Drake. He's going straight Vince Carter. He's going to be 42 in the league, just kind of hooping a little bit, respected. But, at some point he's going to quiet retire. But he's going to hoop for a while. He's going to go till he's at least, bro, fucking Lil Wayne's like 50, still doing it. Yeah. Like, fuck. What's to say Drake can't do it till he's 50, especially at this level? Like, no one is touching Drake at this point.
Yeah, I think Drake is always, like, Drake is never leaving music. To me, he's going to be Lucian or something. Like, he's going to be the guy who's, like, at the very end, he might not be making music, but he'll be making music. He'll be the fucking Rick Rubin in the corner being like, yo, that ain't it. Because he's producing, he's doing other shit. He's obviously in it. And he loves fucking bitches. So it's like, respect. He's got to be in it.
Respect. Respect. If you made it this far, drop a like, leave a comment. Till next time, we appreciate you listening.
I got a face on bros, I got to stack out this gold. I tell you I'm on the road. About to get all this dough. Me and no fuck niggas know. I swear to God, we the ghosts. This ain't the story they told. Man, if you know, then you know. I never had to tell my dogs that we on road for greatness. They paper getters, they want money more than they want fake shit.